Hi, everybody. I just thought I'd come in for a couple of seconds here. And this is what I was doing this morning. I made a video and I did this part right here. Put this little like sky in here and these hills. And then I had couched this right here. And well, then after I got off, I couched this piece on, some more fibers on here. And then I thought, well, I'm going to plant a tree. And so what I'm doing is I'm couching the whole tree. I don't know. I just don't know from one second to the next what I'm doing. But I have like a lot of different browns in different kind of fibers. And so different yarns and yarn additives that are just in the brown. So I just made a bunch, and see, I've got just a whole bunch just wound up on here. They're just all browns. And so I braided it up here. I made a braid this long, and I've got that couched on. And then when I got up this high with this braid, then I started separating it. And so I start separating the strands. And then what I'm doing is I'm now couching smaller thicknesses of these strands and I'm just going hither and yon. It's just going to be a little bit here and a little bit there. And so like I'll take these. Some of my loops are still loopy. Okay, this one here, I guess I cut that off of there. But like I'll couch it thicker down here, and then I'll split that and couch a thinner amount. Like this one I'll probably leave just like this. Go around like maybe here. This one I would probably couch this one up to about here and then split that after I couch it, and I'd split what's left and go off in different directions. And so it'll look like this. So it's going like over the trees that I have up here that are a different, these are actually felt, some kind of felt that I put in there. And that's machine applique on there. But now these ones are all just hand stitched, like some slow stitching. And then this one too, I'll just go, this one here I'll probably split, you know, this much. I'll probably split that and get it going in like another direction. But I want some of it to go this way, some of it to go different directions and like overlap. So the tree will actually be covering a lot of this whole thing. And a lot of the whole thing. Wouldn't my hair be pretty if that was my hair? Let me see this piece come off of here. So I'm going to put this piece with here, right here. And I'm using up this, what did I do with my needle? I'm using up this gold thread. I don't know what to do with my needle. Oh no, please. Oh, I put it in the pincushion of all things. I am going to work on making my pincushion. I'm going to make a pincushion out of this. So then when I have it sitting, it's going to be one of those, like a dress form, but the top is going to have a pincushion. Then when I have it sitting on my table, I can, even though I have things piled up on my table, I'll still be able to see my pincushion because it'll stick out like a sore thumb. Oliver, you had your treat. Oh, Oliver, I ain't listening to you anymore. That's it. I'm not listening to you. You already had your treat. Okay, so anyway, this gold thread is kind of hard to sew with. Well, not really like hard to sew with. It's just different because it's kind of, it's actually a thread that's wrapped. It's like some kind of a thread and then this metal stuff wrapped around it. And it's kind of hard to sew with that. But I like the sparkle of that thread in when I'm doing the couching with that. And drop your needle, Elizabeth. Okay. So then, see, I will work now where I had that split there. So then that piece went that way, and so now I'm going to get this part and couch that on up. This is really fun, I think. So this afternoon, after I did my morning video, Papa and I walked out to the chickens. And we must have sat with them chickens for 2 hours. Just watching them. And we find, when you're old and retired, the things that, well, I'm proud of myself that I walked all the way to the chickens because, well, we have 2.5 acres and like the house is here on this one end and the chickens are at the other end. So for me, that is a long, long walk. But I use my walker and I slowly get out there. So, and I'm going to do that every day because I have not been going out there walking. I haven't been doing much walking because I have trouble walking. So, but if I don't make myself walk, I use my walker, so that's good. But I'm just going to I'm just going to be a mess if I don't take care of myself a little bit better, like right now. So I enjoyed that, going out there to the chickens. And I said that only the next time when we go out tomorrow, I got to make sure I bring water with me. Sitting out there, it's hot. It was hot today, and I didn't have water with me. So I will do that tomorrow when we take our walk. I'm going to make sure to have water with me, and we're going to bring some treats for the chickens because they've got their chicken starter food is what they're having right now, but they're old enough now that they can have little snacks, which there's a lot of little snacks that the chickens can eat. But I also ordered off of Amazon some, they're supposed to be here tomorrow, some extra treats for them so that just for when we go out there, their little treats they're like dried worms. But them chickens like that kind of thing. And we can give them like little Cheerios and stuff like that. And so, but I want them to know that when we come out there, that they should expect a little treat. So that'll be fun. But so I'm always gonna make sure we have like Cheerios or something that we can bring out there, or the regular treats like that are kind of expensive, but we're not going to give them a whole lot because they live off of their chicken feed. But like vegetables, corn, they like stuff like that. Okay, so now my gold thread has run out here, so I'll just go that far and then let me cut that off. So there's still a little bit of this here dangling that didn't get sewed in. So I'm going to leave that dangle, because then when it's hanging, that'll just dangle off of there. And that'll be part of the beautifulness of it. So this is only about a third of this bunch that's going to make more branches and then twigs. There's the trunk, then there's branches, and then there's twigs. And so, but I'm going to continue on. I mean, I've couched trees before, and it's really lots of fun. And they turn out to be so cute when they're finished. I just think it's pretty. It's just textile art. And like I said on my earlier video, that I'm going to use some of these butterfly buttons throughout. And so, but you can see that once them butterfly buttons are on these trees as well, I just think it's going to be beautiful. Now I'm excited about this, even though I started this so long ago. I started it so long ago, and then it's just been sitting. But now I'm really wanting to really work on it, putting different fibers, different things. And I actually think that down here on this, I got one more piece down here, a little bit more right here, and I think I'm going to do more of like water, so that the bottom might be water. I don't know though. I might change my mind. I might just change my mind. And but you never know. It might be more something else. I don't know. But it'll be something to do with nature. The whole thing is to do with nature. So maybe I'll plant carrots down here. Maybe a garden. Wonder if I could do that. But anyway, it's like a film strip, you know. But the whole thing is about a yard long and about 10 inches wide. Well, it's not quite a yard long. It's actually, let me see if I measure. It's 31 inches long and about 10 inches wide. But I think it's going to be very pretty. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you that's what I was doing with this, and I wanted to update you and let you know that my chickens were doing good. And then I'm going to read again. Let me see what I can find this time. I just like to read too. I'm going to go to bed early. It's only 8:23 here, but I'm tired. I think you know, just because I did walk that far, it takes me about 20 minutes to walk that far, which it's not really that far. And I was thinking, my Lord, I've lived on this property almost 50 years on this property. I was in my early 20s when we moved out onto this piece of property out here. And I have put so many footsteps on this property because we have had all different kind of animals. We've had big gardens. We've just so much. Now all it is one great big yard and a one chicken coop. So it's back into a farm again. But I was thinking today, while I'm sitting there and I'm looking at all the trees that we planted. I mean, like there's a magnolia tree out there that is huge. And it started out in a 5-gallon bucket when my late husband planted it. And he found it in the woods, so he plucked it out of the woods and brought it home and put it in a 5-gallon bucket. And that tree was like a foot tall. And now that thing is like 20 feet tall. It's huge. And I was thinking about everything when we first bought this property, and I didn't even want to live out here. I had told my husband at the time, I said, I don't want to live out here. I just really don't want to live out here. This is just too far out in the boonies. But I am so glad now that he talked me into wanting to live out in the boonies, because I love it out here. It is just beautiful. And when we drive around through the city or something, I even feel more blessed that we live out here on the farm. That it's and you know that because I've been out here for almost 50 years. It's been well, we moved out here in '73, so almost 49 years. In August 20th, it'll be 49 years that we've lived on this property. Yeah, 49 years. And so I've raised my children here, and well, I didn't raise my grandchildren, but I didn't raise my great grandchildren either. But I sure didn't have none of them suckers when I come out here, grandchildren and great grandchildren. But I do now. And so, oh, here, let's see. Let's find a two-pager again. And okay, here, let's read this one. This is a little more than 2 pages, but it's Oliver. Poor dog. Okay, An Angel in the Airport. Now, this book is the Chicken Soup for the Soul, Angels Among Us. So these are all about angels among us. Okay, faith makes, let's see, glasses makes things to where you can see better when you're trying to read. Okay. Faith makes things possible, not easy. Author unknown. It was my first time flying by myself, and I was a little nervous. I had 2 layovers, one in Phoenix and one in Houston, and they were both huge airports. I had little time between flights. My shuttle plane from Yuma, Arizona, landed in Phoenix International Airport. I got off the plane and collected my baggage. I only had 20 minutes to get to the gate for my flight from Phoenix to Houston. I memorized the gate number, E27, and stuck my ticket in my pocket, as I had to use both hands to carry my purse, my carry-on, and my suitcase. In just a few minutes, I was hopelessly lost and starting to panic. Somehow, I ended up in the middle of a cavernous room with no one around me. As I rolled around to look for someone that could help me, I started praying. Please, Lord, I'm lost, and I have only a few minutes to get to my plane. Please help me. I choked back a sob and whirled around again. There, standing beside me, was a tall, handsome young man with dark hair and dark eyes, dressed in a blue uniform. I hadn't seen him enter the room. Can I help you, ma'am? He asked. Yes, I cried. I'm lost, and I only have a few minutes to get to my next flight. He smiled. He said, follow me. He took me down a flight of stairs and out a door where he flagged down a shuttle bus. When the bus driver opened the door, the gentleman told the driver, take her to gate E27 and hurry. She only has a few minutes. I went up the steps of the bus and then stopped. I turned around to thank the young man. There was no one there. I sat down and stared out the window. I couldn't see him anywhere. I puzzled over this, but I was so anxious to get to my gate, I didn't give it any more thought. I barely made it on time. As I took my ticket from my pocket to hand it to the man at the gate, it dawned on me that I hadn't shown my ticket or told the young man what gate I needed. But he had taken me to the right shuttle and had told the driver what gate to take me to. I puzzled over this on the short flight to Houston. When I got off the plane in Houston, I noticed that this time I only had 15 minutes to get to my next flight, and the gate was 20 gates away. Oh, no, I moaned, not again. May I help you, ma'am? I heard a familiar voice. Whirling around, there stood a tall, handsome young man with dark hair and eyes, wearing a blue uniform. I'm sure I must have stood there like a dummy with my mouth open. He smiled at me. I stammered, yes, I need to catch flight to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I only have about 15 minutes to get there. He went out into the wide aisle, flagged down a trolley, and told the driver, take her to gate 22. She only has a few minutes. I got on the trolley, looked back, and sure enough, he was nowhere in sight. After I settled in my seat and the plane lifted off, I puzzled over these 2 strange events. Either this young man had a twin, or I had just been helped by an angel, the same angel at both airports. There was only one explanation. I had prayed, and God prayed and asked God for help. He sent an angel disguised as a tall, handsome young man to help me with my flight to Houston. And that same angel was waiting for me in Houston to help me on my flight to Tulsa. A feeling of such peace came over me that I realized God will always answer prayer and will send an angel to someone to help you on your way. That was written by Pat Kane. Excuse me. I have heard so many stories, angel stories. And I believe in angels. I believe truly in angels. And that there are angels among us. Just let me get a drink of water. Definitely, there are angels among us. If you just believe, because they are there. And so that's my little story time for right now. And I just wanted to I'll probably make another video tomorrow as to where because I don't think I want to quit on this. I think I want to continue. And I don't think I want to put it up and start on something else. I want to just work on this for a while. So I may make another little short video tomorrow just to, once I have this whole tree couched on, and then what I'm going to do next, which may be the butterflies. I'm not sure. I made this one I made that one little yo-yo. I was trying to make a little tiny one that I thought, flowers, I don't know yet though. But okay, I ask God to watch over each and every one of you. Thanks for stopping by again. And I will, okay, I ask God to watch over each and every one of you. Every step you take, every move you make, keep you safe and sound, keep you happy, healthy, and humble. And I will see you on the next video, which will probably be tomorrow. God bless and keep you all. Good night.